My name is Emmett McConnell, and welcome to A Second Look. In this series, I'm going to look back at the big moments from the previous week and go over them and analyze them. Last week, the Union came from behind with a big 2-1 victory over FC Dallas. Goals from Alejandro, Bedoya, and Cory Burke were the difference. But the substitutes, all three of them, including Cory Burke, were the big stories. The second goal, Ilsinho assisted Bedoya for the goal, and in the first, a combination of Jamiro Monteiro and Cory Burke combined to earn a penalty and then score the rebound. Let's have a look first at the first goal between Monteiro and Burke.
Here on the goal, we see Monteiro isolated in a fairly large area. The Dallas defender, number 33, Cerrillo, is also fairly isolated. Reggie Cannon and Matt Hedges are the closest possible covering defenders, but if Cerrillo gets beat, either Aronson will end up getting in a good space in the wide area, or Cory Burke will have a chance to get through on goal. Monteiro squares up his defender with the intent to dribble at him, and you can tell Cerrillo wants to marshal Monteiro into a wide area. Cerrillo probably also thinks he has help on the inside, but Paxton Pomykal is too far away and likely too tired to get fully into position. And Ondrasek is doing his best to get back into that spot as well. At that point, it's a dip of the shoulder, just a little body feint that sends Cerrillo the wrong way and allows Monteiro to cut inside into that danger area. Here, Monteiro has three options: a pass inside to Fabian and continue his run into the channel, or cut it again to his left, where he could likely have to make a pass out to Brendan Aronson, and he wouldn't really gain any position, or he could take the shot, which is what he does. His technique is perfect. He strikes straight through the back of the ball, giving it the lift and dip that makes it so hard for Maurer to handle. Of course, from there, Burke is taken down for the penalty, but his movement was always predicting the shot. He doesn't face Monteiro once this cut happens, and is actually trying to hold up Hedges from making a play, while also giving him just a little tug here to get around the big defender when the shot comes. It's great awareness, and by the time both players realize, it's about a 50-50, but Burke is already in position to seal Hedges off.
Now for the second. Ilsinho and Bedoya here combined to take on 6 different FC Dallas players for the goal. Let's have a look.
Ilsinho is guarded by John Nelson, the substitute, who is a natural left back. He plays Ilsinho onto his favored right foot, but Nelson thinks he has the help in the form of Ryan Hollingshead that Ilsinho should be running into. What he doesn't know is that Alejandro Bedoya has peeled off his run into the channel, and that Hollingshead is now split between both players and can't fully commit to a double team. Ziegler steps over to Bedoya as Hollingshead moves to stop Ilsinho. It's a good defensive shape from Dallas now. Hollingshead is pushing Ilsinho to his weaker left foot, and Ja'Cory Hayes is preventing him from going back across the 18, while Nelson from him cutting into the channel. But this is where Dallas begins to lose control of the situation. Ziegler begins to back off, wary of the possibility of a near-post run. He has 3 defenders around the ball near Ilsinho and Bedoya, and should be comfortable in that knowledge. And Ilsinho is smart here. He can't cut right because of the position of Hollingshead. Nelson is not close enough to win the ball off Ilsinho's next touch. Hollingshead wants to push Ilsinho backwards and possibly force a bad touch where a second defender can step in, but Ilsinho has his right foot between the ball and the Dallas left back, and is always going to get the touch before Hollingshead is. He sets the bait, and Hollingshead buys it. Ziegler is now fully committed to letting Nelson cover Bedoya, and you can see him passing off the marking duty. In an ideal shape, Ja'Cory Hayes should be here. He'd be in a better position to cover Ilsinho, can block off passes to the top of box, and is in a better position also to cover Elliott if the pass is backwards, as well as allowing Nelson to mark Bedoya, which is the biggest issue here. Now that Hollingshead is beat, Ja'Cory is in a no-man's land. He isn't really helping to block the pass to Burke because there's Cerrillo already there, and Nelson is stuck trying to cover Ilsinho and Bedoya. He does well to block off the lane of the pass, but Ilsinho waits until all 3 men begin to converge on him to make his move. Hollingshead decides that preventing Ilsinho from getting to the end line is more valuable than marking Bedoya, and Ilsinho takes all 3 out of the play with a single scoop of the ball. Ziegler, tired and wary of giving away a penalty, defends really poorly against Bedoya. He more or less allows him to get beat by this weird half-tackle, half-electric slide, though credit to Bedoya, as it's a great touch to come inside. Cerrillo, who had been marking Burke this whole play, steps across to cover his center back. He actually does quite well to know Bedoya can't shoot with his current body shape, and tries to cover the middle of the box. It forces Bedoya to cut the ball backwards to get past him. Hedges now steps up, and both him and Cerrillo are actually in a good position, but Hedges decides to spread his legs instead of getting low and blocking the shot. Here, Cerrillo is covering the near post, while Hedges has the back post, and Maurer right in the middle. By opening his legs, he invites Bedoya through, and the wily veteran takes the invitation. Maurer shouldn't have to cover that kind of shot, and would have anything else in the center part of the net covered. But it's low, it's in the corner, and he has no chance.
Well, that's all we're going to talk about today on the second look. We're not going to look at the FC Dallas goal because it was really just a nice free kick, and there isn't too much to analyze other than, nice shot. So let me know what I could be doing better. Until next time, have a great week.